All right, everyone. I do these every month. These are for, well, it's for all signs. It's not astrology. This is a thank you video. For anyone who's seen fit to give me a nickel for anything, even as little as a nickel, for anything I do here out on the YouTube or Vimeo or what have you. Whether it's donations or some sort of video on demand purchase, I appreciate it. It's very kind. And as always, I always teach you guys energy requires reciprocation. So I reciprocate. I reciprocate back. Okay? So we keep it flowing. And this is a thank you video. I do these readings once a month to say thanks. This is well, it's a reverse pick a card, really. I'm going to I'm going to have the universe divide the viewers of this video into 3 people. And I'm going to talk about you. And I'm going to see what advice it has for you. How about that? All right, let's see where we go. Basically, I put 3 cards down face up. I tell you what they are. Let me move that off to the side. I tell you what they are. And if one of them sounds like you pay attention to that one. But I would pay attention to all 3. Because some of them might be future influence. There's no time in the energy. Or could have been past influence for you. In which case, maybe you make sure you got all the lessons you were supposed to. All right? Let's see where we go here. All right. Let's see. The February 2022 thank you video. First card is the Emperor. Second card is the Fool. We got some powerful people here watching. You got some major arcana happening here. And the third card, the third card is the 4 of Swords. Okay. 3 main people here. 3 main. You're going to fall in one of these. You might fall in 2, or you might fall in all 3. I don't know. Or you might fall in none, but that's unlikely. If you fall in none, it's probably future influence, so you might want to pay attention. Anyway, the most of you here are this Fool. You're starting a new journey. You learned your lessons. You got your soulmate connection and all that, and you're taking your lessons. Things are about to kick brand new for you. And that's the most of you. That's the center card. Second most of you is the Emperor. Okay, you're turning into a Burger King yourself. Be fucking careful. All right? And you're going to have to be honest with yourself if you're going to attribute yourself to card number 2. This is the second most of you watching. You're turning into the Burger King yourself. Your lesson from your twin flame deep soul connection was not to shut down, was not to turn into what the DM side was. Be inclusive. Make sure you're letting people in. Make sure you're feeling your way through life. Right here, this third set, this is the least amount of you watching. But it could be future influence for the rest of you if you're one of the other 2. So right here, this is healing. Give yourself time to fucking heal. Don't try to rush out there. I know the most number of you are this Fool. You're starting a whole new journey. But this here, you need time to heal. If you definitely feel that that's you. It might be future influence. You might get out there too soon and then realize you need time to heal. As soon as you realize that, make sure you heal. All right. Well, let's see. Let's clarify. Grab the little Lightseer deck here. Let's start with the Emperor. Let's start with a few of you becoming the Burger King yourself. And Burger King behavior, what is it? Well, it's an out-of-balance Emperor. Now, the Emperor in balance is about control. They control things. They take charge. They do things. The Emperor drives the chariot. But only a balanced Emperor drives the chariot. Okay? Because the chariot requires balance. It's 2 horses of differing types going in different directions that you need to get going straight. Burger King behavior, the out of balance Emperor, King of Wands, a little bit of you exclude people, possibly you've shut down emotionally a little bit, you've got the wrong lesson from your twin flame deep soul connection. You're becoming the very thing that ran from you. You're becoming a runner. And this is the second most of you watching, which means it could just be small behavior in some of you. You catch yourself doing it, right? You catch yourself doing it. Whatever. Let's see. Let's see what the universe has to say. Why is the Emperor here? What else you want to tell the Emperor people here in my February thank you reading? The 9 of Pentacles. It's a card of independence. It's crossing the Emperor here. It's a card of independence, but independence, take it from an independent man. Okay, I'm very independent. I take care of myself. I do my shit. I handle my business. But I'll tell you what. I don't have a falcon. I wish I did. But I'll tell you what. Don't get carried away with this. This is someone who is shutting people out. excluding people in favor of not losing their independence. Well, I'm not going to go through that hell again, is what you're thinking. And that's the problem, you're thinking. So you're not feeling. You got to feel your way through life. Use your brain, the logic, to get you out of holes, to get you out of things you get in the middle of. This right here, this is a very important card crossing this. This can be taken too far. Don't take it too far. You only need one falcon. You don't need a dozen. All right? What's on top? Four of Pentacles. You know what? This is out of fear. It is a fear of, well, it's a fear of lack. It's a fear of loss, this particular card. It's a card of the miser. Misers are afraid to lose the money, so they just sit on it in a mattress or whatever. But this behavior, if you're at all exhibiting any of this, even a pinch of excluding things, and well, I'm not going to go through that hell again, so I'm just going to shut myself down. That's fine. This may tie to this where you need healing. I've got a color match on the cards with the white. Perhaps you need some more time to heal. You don't have to fear that you're going to turn in or run into another Burger King, run into another person like your runner DM. You don't have to fear that if you learn the lessons from it. You'll be able to spot it early on, and you're not going to have to worry about it. This is nonsense, just like with the miser. It's nonsense. Miser's got $10 million stuffed in a mattress, and they're living in a shack by the river. Because they're afraid to spend the money. It's nonsense. All right? You've got what this card says. You've got what it takes. Just don't go overboard. You're not going to have the same thing happen to you again. Ace of Wands. It's a new beginning. A new beginning is waiting to happen. This is the center card here. It's a brand new beginning waiting to happen. You got to attack life with passion. All right? You do. You need that fire in your belly to go after things. This girl here on this card, it's a girl on the card. You could be male or female. Doesn't have any fire in her belly. She's holding back. She's afraid. You need to have the fire in the belly. And the Burger King doesn't actually have fire in the belly. The Burger King holds back and just, they do it out of fear quite often. Your runner ran from you out of fear. Fear of being vulnerable. You can't be afraid to be vulnerable. Life is about being vulnerable, for God's sake. That's what it's about. Right here, the Seven of Pentacles. Take stock. Learn from the past. Right? The seeds of the past are starting to grow. You learned something from the twin flame deep soul connection. You learned something when somebody ran from you. If nothing else, I hope you learned not to give love where none's coming back to you. That's a very important lesson. But you got to give to get. And if none comes back to you, you've already learned your lessons. You got nothing to be afraid of. You know that you'll spot the signs early on, like I already said. And you yourself will go, well, okay, I'm not going to go through that hell again, but at least find out if you're going to go through that hell again before it happens. It's a very nice little read here. It's the second most of you, and I suspect for a lot of you, again, this is just an in and out twinge that happens in your energy. It can happen when we learn life lessons, sort of fall back on old ways. Why's the Fool here? This is for the most of you. You got a big new journey coming your way. Why's the Fool here? Let's take a look. I like this. Why is the Fool here? Tell me about the Fool. For the most people watching. And I do think this healing is just good advice for everybody when we get to it, but there's something else tied to that, and we'll find out, that's very specific to a small group of you. Okay? Why is the Fool here? Why is the Fool here? Okay, let's see. Yeah, the Two of Cups. Either your twin flame deep soul or some other very powerful connection is headed your way. It could be either or. This is general, broad spectrum energy. I'm not pulling on the soulmate cycle specifically here. You got something very, very special coming your way very soon. It's about to. What's the universe want to tell you? What's on top? The Five of Pentacles. Do not shut it down. Do not leave yourself out in the cold. The only reason you might is gun shy. Maybe a little bit of what I told the Emperor over here. This is the second most of you, so a lot of you bleed on these two. Don't be gun shy about it. And don't worry about Pentacles. Feel your way through life. All right? It's always your decision. You're always in control. You always are the Emperor in a way. You're always in control. Even if you're the Empress energy expressing that divine feminine, the Empress is always in control. She knows how she feels, especially she has good control of emotions, male or female. All right? The key is right there. Don't leave yourself out in the cold, because it's big love. That's the biggest card of love I can pull. It's the Queen of Cups. There is something very major that's about to happen for you. And February, as you know from my Q1 reading, if you watched it, January, February, March, February is about new beginnings in love. And I do feel these two energies are bleeding. These are some of the same people kind of crossing over here. Either way, even if it's not, you've got something very, very big coming your way. Very big. What's the third card out? The Two of Pentacles. Make your decisions. Don't dilly-dally. Make your decisions. Adopt. The Empress knows what she wants. Male or female. Empress energy, which is what I get off of this a lot, knows what she wants. You know, don't dilly-dally on decisions here. Whatever this is, you might be inclined to reject it. For whatever reason you're inclined to reject it. It's coming very soon. It's Fool. You're going to have to take a leap of faith towards it. It is a powerful connection, but it might not look like what you expect, even if it's from your deep soul twin flame connection. That may start, as a reading I did earlier today showed, that may start out as just building a foundation as a friendship. Whatever it is, give things a chance. You know, it's very important. All right. It's very important, but there's something, for the majority of you watching, there's something really fucking awesome coming your way. Do not dilly-dally. Do not. Four of Swords. This is an energy of someone who needs more healing. And it might apply to all of you. These energies seem to be sort of flowing like this. But there is a specific message around this that I want to get, because there's something else in that energy. But for all of you, I'll give you the advice. Make sure that you're done healing before you know, make sure you're ready to go. You wouldn't leave the house half dressed. I mean, I would. But you wouldn't. You know, if you're going to put your fancy bikini on, you're going to make sure the strings are tied and everything's fine. You're not just going to go outside, half of it hanging off of you and all that kind of stuff. You got to make sure you're ready to go. Make sure you're done healing. Make sure you're pretty clear on what the lessons were and all of that. Because it's very clear from both of these. This is a new beginning waiting to happen here. And it's something really special. And the center card here is the Queen of Cups. That's a lot of love here with a Two of Cups crossing a Fool. Now, for those that this is specific to, why is the Four of Swords here? That's just good advice in general to make sure you're done healing. Put you first, okay? Definitely. Definitely do that. Yeah. You all gave a lot in the Twin Flame Deep Soul connection and didn't get much back. That in and of itself is a lesson. Right there. You won't go through that hell again. You don't have to worry about that, because you'll spot it. All right, here we go. Four of Swords. Why is it here? The Emperor crossing it. How about that? This is tied a little bit to the Emperor over here. To my Emperor people. The people who are turning into the Burger King a little bit. Maybe not getting the full lesson they should have out of the Twin Flame Deep Soul. Or every once in a while you drift into it. It's because you're not done healing. That's part of the message. Okay. What's on top? The Empress. Holy shit. Wow. I'm just going to put that back. This is... Holy shit. It's the Queen of Tits. It's the best tits in the tarot. It's Divine Feminine. And it is a fucking awesome card to fall there. I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah. Your soul is putting... Whoever this is right here, your soul is putting out Empress energy. In other words, other people who can feel such things and all of that, or just in general, because it's an energy around you. You have a very attracting energy around you. You're reflecting to others as full-blown Empress energy. The problem is the person, the actual person inside who you are, the way you feel yourself, shall we say, is not. It's reflecting a little more, it's out of balance a little bit. It's not really balanced. You need to heal this Emperor aspect a little bit. It's extremely important that you do. And I know, even though this is a thank you video for everybody, you know, who given me a nickel and that's who this video is for, I know this video is going to get a shitload of thumbs downs. Do you know why? because this is stuff that you can't be in denial about. And there are so many energies here that are in denial right now. It's mind-blowing, and it's going to trigger them, and they're going to just get pissed at me for saying such things. But the truth of the matter is, this Emperor energy ties to this for a great number of you. You're reflecting to others as this. Make damn sure you are this before you put yourself out there, because inside you're not. Not quite yet. You still need some more healing. Even though to others, wow, they think you're spectacular and all of that. I'm reminded of something one of my favorite guitar players once said. His name's Eddie Van Halen. You might have heard of him. Everybody says when they used to watch him play, when they'd watch him play live, everybody said it always looked effortless when he was playing. You'd watch him and he'd do all those techniques and everything, and his fingers flying across the fretboard. It looked fluid. It looked effortless. But he said once in an interview, from my perspective, I can't believe it comes across that way, because from my perspective, I struggle with the instrument. I struggle with the fretboard all the time. That's kind of what's going on here. You're struggling with yourself a little bit, yet to the outside world, it looks really good. Once you finish healing, if you have a little bit of patience, you'll be all right. You'll be just fine. Queen of Wands, fake it till you make it. This is Fakey McFakerman. What's happening is that this card is just verifying as the center card everything I just said. Okay? To the outside, it looks one way. On the inside, it's another way. And I see it here. I see it here. The Emperor can be a little bit stubborn, a little bit standoffish. All right? It's just saying that it's just tying. The only reason the Emperor here is to tie it to what I told these folks over here. Okay? So keep that in mind. But yeah, to the outside world, you look like the king or queen of the world. The best hits in the tarot for sure. What's the last card out? The High Priestess. Yeah. There's a lot going on inside you underneath. In other words, because of the twin flame deep soul connection, the healing you need is mostly in the soul. Don't let the brain get in the way. And the Emperor can do that. The Emperor can be a lot of brain ego, right? The ego is the brain. Be sure to give your soul a little more gas. Think of the soul as your gas pedal, okay? And your brain as the brake. You're basically driving around right now with your gas a little bit pushed in and your brake pushed in a lot. So you're basically kind of burning rubber as you go, so to speak. Try to release the brake and give your soul some gas, and you'll be just fine. It really is. It's a good analogy. It really is, because this is it's a very I'm going but I'm not going kind of energy, or I'm going but I'm not going as fast as I could. It's because you need healing a little bit more. And it's all the healing you need is in the soul. To the outside world, you're reflecting is this, though. You should be attracting people like crazy. Strangers saying hello to you. All kinds of things like that going on. The Queen of Wands backs that up. But this is bookending the Four of Swords here. It's very important. It's very important that you give your head a rest. I recommend either meditation, that's something you can do, or you look up the law of pure potentiality and you practice some of those techniques. All right, you can Google it. There's all kinds of Wikipedia pages on it and stuff, and Deepak Chopra has some good stuff on it too. He's probably got a free video you can find on YouTube on the law of pure potentiality. That'll help you a lot. It really will. It's about quieting the mind and shutting it off and letting the soul energy flow, basically. It's where you get the answers from. That's it. Let me pull 3 cards here. Let's see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell everybody watching. All right? I'm going to pull 3 cards and a bottom card. Let's go. 3 cards and a bottom card. Let's see what we got here. Well, the bottom card is the World. It's the most powerful card in the major arcana. It's one cycle ending, another cycle beginning. 9 of Swords, the Hangman, and the Star. It's the same message I give you all the time. Right now, for most of you, you're this Fool energy. In fact, I think pretty much everybody here applies to it in a way. It's about to happen. We're in the hangman phase right now. The only thing that's blocking it or causing a delay to whatever you want is swords. Is you being in your head a little too much. I'm going to say this, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Everything you want is already there. You just need to tune into its frequency. But you can't do that with your brain. You can only do that with your soul. Okay? That's where you tune into frequencies. Yeah, you can listen to binaural beats and frequencies and put them on headphones and all of that. And really, it's just sort of going in your brain when you do that. It does train your brain, and that's how the labels are, and that's how the videos are labeled sometimes. But if you quiet the mind while you listen to those tones, you'll actually tune your soul with it. And that's really where the effect has. That's the energy you're bringing in. You're bringing in frequencies that your brain can't even really pick up on. But your soul can, because it's 5D. It picks up on every frequency, all of them. So, that being said, stay out of your head. Okay? Sorry about the rhyme, but that's what it is. There's a cycle trying to end for you, all of you watching, and a new cycle trying to begin. The only thing that can possibly fuck it up is you. 9 of Swords, pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning with a bottle of whiskey. Too much swords. And I see too much swords here, and I see too much swords here. And I also see it here, in the center one, with this, right here. Too much dilly-dally back and forth. Oh, what should I do? What should I do? Which option should I pick? Which options are usually obvious, okay? Which, in most cases, because if you pick with your soul, in most cases, the choices that are put in front of you are usually pretty easy to make. It's only when we get in our head that they're difficult to make. All right? It's very easy to make choices with the soul. That's why I always pick on the show The Bachelor. My wife loves that fucking show. I fucking hate it. It drives me crazy. You could put me in that room, because I'm tuned into my soul. You could put me in that room with all 25 of them girls. I could pick the one that's going to end by the time that first dinner party's over. I'd be all set. Show's over. That's it. We're done. That's the end of the season. I already picked the one I wanted. I wouldn't need to go through them at all. It would be the worst season ever. Because I'm picking with my soul. It's love. I'm not picking with my brain. The person they put on that show is always picking with their brain. They're looking at stupid shit like, well, she does this and she does that for a living, and then, you know, who cares? It's about what you feel, you know. It really is. All right. Anyway, that's your reading. That's your thank you reading. It's right here. This is all pretty solid in the energy. All right. It's all pretty solid in the energy. And I have to tell you, this is spectacular. Whatever is coming your way is absolutely fantastic. Make sure you make your choices, but make them with your soul. Use your brain to apply some logic, to make sure you're not doing something stupid, but then get out of it as fast as you can. Go with what you feel, right? Use your intuition. It'll never steer you wrong. And over here, don't turn into the Burger King, all right? Don't let fears that you're going to go through that hell again shut you down. That's nonsense. Take the lessons you've learned. The seeds have already been planted. They're already growing. Go ahead and eat the fruit. And it's right here. Ace of Wands, passionate new beginning. That's awesome. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Because it's for a general audience here, a wide audience, I kept it fairly swear-free. I didn't do a whole lot of fucking swearing or messing around with any kind of shit. But it is what it is. It's pretty straight energy here, you know. So I tend to read the energy. My voice tends to reflect the energy that's here. This is very straight energy. It's really on the surface. So, and that gets me pretty excited about this Fool, because I know that's coming soon. All right. Good luck, everyone, and thanks again for anybody who's ever given me a nickel for anything I do here. I appreciate it. Very kind. All right. Good luck.